GFCI protection is generally required for outlets in unfinished attics. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, mandates GFCI protection in specific locations to enhance electrical safety and prevent ground faults. An unfinished attic often falls under these requirements due to the potential for moisture, exposed building materials, and accessibility, making it a location where electrical shock hazards are more pronounced. A ground fault occurs when electricity deviates from its intended path and flows through an unintended conductor, such as a person. A GFCI is designed to detect these ground faults and quickly interrupt the circuit, minimizing the risk of electrical shock. The NEC Section 210.8 generally covers GFCI protection requirements for dwelling units and other locations. While specific wording can vary depending on the addition of the NEC being enforced, unfinished attics typically meet the criteria requiring GFCI protection. Outlets that supply equipment likely to be used in damp or wet locations or that are readily accessible often require GFCI protection. In an unfinished attic, conditions can change, and items stored there or work being performed may introduce moisture or increase accessibility. The code provides for installing GFCI protection either through a GFCI circuit breaker in the panel or a GFCI outlet at the point of use. A GFCI circuit breaker protects the entire branch circuit, while a GFCI outlet protects only the outlets downstream from it. When installing GFCI protection, ensure that it complies with local electrical codes and regulations. This often involves consulting with a qualified electrician to verify the specific requirements in a particular jurisdiction. It is important to understand the difference between a GFCI and a standard circuit breaker. A standard circuit breaker is designed to protect against overloads and short circuits, while a GFCI protects against ground faults. A standard circuit breaker will trip when the current exceeds the rated amperage of the circuit, preventing overheating and potential fire hazards. However, a standard circuit breaker will not protect against ground faults because the current imbalance may not be high enough to trigger the breaker. GFCI protection is critical in areas where there is an increased risk of electrical shock. The GFCI constantly monitors the current flowing in the hot and neutral conductors of a circuit. If there is a difference of more than 5 mA, the GFCI will trip, interrupting the circuit and preventing electrical shock. The installation of a GFCI outlet is relatively straightforward. Firstly, turn off the power to the circuit at the circuit breaker. Secondly, remove the existing outlet from the electrical box. Thirdly, identify the line and load wires. The line wires are the incoming power from the circuit breaker, and the load wires are the outgoing power to other outlets downstream. Fourthly, connect the line wires to the line terminals on the GFCI outlet and the load wires to the load terminals. Ensure that the wires are securely connected and that there are no exposed conductors. Fifthly, ground the GFCI outlet to the grounding wire in the electrical box. Sixthly, mount the GFCI outlet in the electrical box and secure it with screws. Lastly, turn the power back on at the circuit breaker and test the GFCI outlet by pressing the test button. The GFCI outlet should trip, indicating that it is functioning correctly. Reset the GFCI outlet by pressing the reset button. If the GFCI outlet does not trip when the test button is pressed, there may be a wiring problem or the GFCI outlet may be defective. A qualified electrician should be consulted in such cases. The NEC also requires that all receptacles installed in readily accessible locations must be tamper-resistant. Tamper-resistant receptacles have internal shutters that prevent the insertion of foreign objects, such as paper clips or keys, into the slots. This is particularly important in areas where children may be present. The specific requirements for GFCI protection can vary depending on the addition of the NEC and local amendments. It is essential to consult the local electrical codes and regulations to ensure compliance. A qualified electrician can provide guidance on the specific requirements in a particular area. The use of extension cords in unfinished attics should be minimized. Extension cords can be a source of electrical hazards, particularly if they are damaged or overloaded. If an extension cord is necessary, it should be heavy-duty and rated for the intended use. The extension cord should be inspected regularly for damage, and it should be replaced if any damage is found. Electrical safety is paramount, and GFCI protection is a critical component of ensuring a safe electrical environment. In unfinished attics, where conditions can be unpredictable and the risk of electrical shock is elevated, GFCI protection is a prudent and often code-required measure. Regular inspection of electrical wiring and components in the attic is also essential to identify and address any potential hazards. The NEC also addresses the proper wiring methods for electrical systems. Wiring must be installed in a neat and workmanlike manner, and it must be protected from physical damage. Cables must be properly supported and secured, and they must not be run through holes or notches in studs or joists without protection. Electrical boxes must be securely mounted, and they must be accessible for inspection and maintenance. The use of proper wiring methods helps to prevent electrical hazards and ensures the long-term reliability of the electrical system. The NEC also provides requirements for the grounding and bonding of electrical systems. Grounding is the connection of electrical equipment to the earth, which provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source. Bonding is the connection of metallic parts of the electrical system together, which ensures that they are at the same electrical potential. Grounding and bonding help to prevent electrical shock hazards and reduce the risk of fire. The NEC also addresses the use of arc fault circuit interrupters, or ARCs. ARCs are designed to protect against arc faults, which are dangerous electrical conditions that can cause fires. Arc faults can occur when there is a loose connection or damaged insulation in an electrical circuit. The ARC detects the arc fault and trips the circuit, preventing a fire. ARCs are required in many areas of the home, including bedrooms, living rooms, and dining rooms. It is important to understand the different types of electrical protection devices and to use them appropriately. Standard circuit breakers protect against overloads and short circuits, GFCIs protect against ground faults, and ARCs protect against arc faults. Using the appropriate protection devices helps to ensure a safe electrical environment and reduces the risk of electrical hazards. Electrical work should always be performed by a qualified electrician. Electrical systems can be dangerous, and it is important to have the knowledge and experience to perform electrical work safely. A qualified electrician can ensure that the electrical system is installed correctly and that it complies with all applicable codes and regulations. Regular electrical inspections are also important to identify and address any potential hazards. Electrical systems should be inspected at least every 3 years by a qualified electrician. An electrical inspection can help to identify problems such as loose connections, damaged wiring, and overloaded circuits. Addressing these problems promptly can prevent electrical hazards and ensure the safe operation of the electrical system. In summary, GFCI protection is typically required for outlets in unfinished attics due to the potential for increased risk of electrical shock. The NEC provides specific requirements for GFCI protection in dwelling units and other locations, and unfinished attics often fall under these requirements. Installing GFCI protection involves either using a GFCI circuit breaker or a GFCI outlet, and it is essential to comply with local electrical codes and regulations. Regular inspection of electrical wiring and components in the attic is also crucial for maintaining electrical safety. Always consult with a qualified electrician for any electrical work to ensure it is performed safely and in compliance with applicable codes.